welcome back to Dr. Brains. So today I wanted to talk a bit about the concept of neuroplasticity. So this to me is just an exceptional concept because it's so empowering to us, right? So I'm going to explain it, I'm going to break it down. So neuroplasticity is the idea that your brain is constantly forming and reforming itself, like it wires and rewires itself, and it structurally, physically is changing, right? Now it's not going to look hugely different because it is still inside of your skull, and your skull is fixed, it's a fixed shape, so it's not like your brain's going to go from being round to being square or something, right? But the structures inside your brain, the neural circuits, the loops, the nerve cells that make up certain loops in your brain, some of them get stronger and stronger because you use them a lot. You might be exposed to certain environments a lot, and so those loops get stronger, and other loops you might not be using as much, so they tend to diminish. Use it or lose it, right? So that concept applies to your brain as well. And the reason I think that's so amazing is it's not that you are born with this brain and that is it, and now you have to make do with that brain. Your brain is constantly evolving, and the potential for it to evolve and the potential for it to grow and change and be remolded is amazing. And the impact that you can have yourself on the way your brain looks, on the way your physical brain functions, is incredible. I just think that's a really important concept to understand because it empowers us. It helps us feel that, you know what, we really have the power to make some real changes and manifest and all of that, right? We really have some pretty legit powers even when it comes to our own physical form, right? So this is one of the reasons that the idea of positive self-talk is just so essential, because that inner voice inside your head, now if you're hearing a voice that sounds like it's coming from outside of your head, and no one else can hear that voice, then you do need to see a psychiatrist. But if you're aware that your inner voice, the way that you think about yourself, the way that you process thoughts, I don't know if any of you ever talk to yourselves, but I do tend to do that quite often, because I'm having a meeting with myself, But that inner voice, it's so important for you to make sure that that inner voice is respect worthy. That inner voice is a voice that makes you feel loved, that makes you feel respected, and the way that you talk to yourself and about yourself needs to be like purely badass. Do you see what I mean? The whole world will try and bring you down, but you need to make sure that you talk to yourself positively. Like, no, I am smart, I am clever, I am funny, I am good looking, I am stylish, whatever you want, but it needs to be positive. And you need to, when you come into certain, you come into certain encounters and you're in some difficult situations, you also need to make sure that you're able to navigate them positively and advocate for yourself first and foremost. Like, wait a second, okay, so this is what the situation is. Now, what are my needs in this situation, and what are everybody else's needs? And that way you're giving yourself time as well, and you're making sure that you are, thinking about where you fit in that situation, and you're being positive, you're being active, and you're advocating for yourself. So your inner voice and your ability to advocate for yourself is so essential because it will rewire your entire brain. It will change your entire perspective. It will change the way that you move through the world, right? So it will change your ability to negotiate a contract. It will change the way that you delegate tasks. Your brain is an exceptional organ, right? And you have so much power to form it physically. So when you see stuff online about positive self-talk and you just like whiz through it and you're like, well, what does that really mean? How do I really implement that? Will that really make a difference anyway? I can tell you, yeah, it makes a physical difference to your brain. Okay, so this was one of the reasons that I even wanted to start this YouTube channel, because I understand that your brain is plastic, neuroplasticity. It means it can be rewired, right? So I want to kind of be like a plastic surgeon for your brain. You know how people go and they tweak their faces and they tweak their bodies to, you know, optimize their physical appearance. Well, I really want to work on optimizing our physical brain, right? And it starts with the positive self-talk. Now, I might do another video later about breaking down what it means to positive self-talk and how you can start with that. But I think a good place to start with positive self-talk is the idea of advocating for yourself. Like, okay, so this situation requires this from me. Now, if I do that, what will I gain and what will I lose? Now, it's not about being selfish. People think that advocating for yourself is selfish. No, it's about optimizing your skills, optimizing your time, and being efficient and doing a great job while also not burning yourself out, and while also maintaining your sense of dignity and, you know, respect for yourself and your time and your resources and your mental space. I'm gonna do a whole other video on mental space, by the way, because it is next level. And I think the reason I'm talking a lot about advocating for yourself is because I'm hearing a lot about it now that I'm in the residency program. You know, they do kind of work you into the ground, and it is really important to take a step back and rethink, right? But again, the loops in your brain are really quite heavily impacted by you. And by the way that you think. So that positive self-talk, that positive outlook, it's bloody essential. So your brain is plastic, and I'm here to be your plastic surgeon. Now, I've never wanted to be a plastic surgeon, so this is not me trying to relive my dreams or relive my career ambitions or anything. But I do think that it's pretty badass that, you know, we can, without using a knife, without going under anesthesia, without injecting any injectables, we can rewire, reshape, and physically restructure and optimize our brain. Okay? And we're gonna do it. We're gonna do it together. So please do like and subscribe, and I will see you next time.
I'll take your brain to another dimension.